Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of Youth to Gold here on Cricket Captain 2024. Hope you're all doing very well today. It is now time for a whole bunch of finals, really. If we go to our fixtures and results, we can see that the One Day Cup quarterfinal is our next fixture up against Lancashire, who I feel like we just played, but I could be completely wrong. And then the final for the 100 has now been drawn, and it is not actually here in the fixtures and results because we don't actually know who we're going to be playing yet. But we will see that we are going to either be playing the London Spirit or the Welsh Fire, as they were the final two teams to make basically the top three. And I've just noticed that the Birmingham Phoenix didn't win a game this entire tournament, which makes me a little sad for them. But I hope you're all doing very well. We've now got some One Day Cup action, and good news is Higgins is back, Bannister's back, all of our players from the 100 are back, which is lovely. So we're going to upgrade the team a little bit. It's going to get a little bit nicer. Hopefully put us at a bit more of an advantage up against Lancashire, because I would really like to win the One Day Cup, which I feel like we should have won last season. Let's start with bringing in Higgins. That is sort of priority number one. We're going to put him at 4. Ollie Davies can bat at 3. Markham's going to bat at 6 with Vasconcelos batting at 5. Markham's obviously going to keep. That solves the batting issue. Zabe can go back to playing in the second 11. And now Bannister. We did very well on a spinning wicket if you didn't watch the last game of the last episode. So we might actually stick with the 2 spinners for now. We'll go and bring in Bannister for Martin, even though Martin has been very good in the One Day Cup so far this season. He has been pretty good. 11 wickets at 26, good economy as well. That's his batting form, but sort of towards the back end of the tournament hasn't done as well. So we'll just look for him to get some form back, as nobody else I don't think I really want to bring in at this point. So we'll keep the team as is on screen. Sykes, I wish he was a little bit better with the bat. In all honesty, I'll just quickly patch up the batting order. But I'm very optimistic that we can get a result done. We're currently, well, before I put this team together, we were a 2-star team. We're now all the way up to 3 stars, which is great. Conditions, as I said, I think I'll keep it as a spinning wicket. Looks like it's going to be a good day for batting. So if we win the toss, which I'm hoping we will, we've lost the toss, but we've been put into bat. So I can't complain about I can't complain about that. And I've just noticed that Joss Butler, who is on our team in the Manchester Originals, is playing against us at the moment, as is Phil Salt. Oh boy. And James Sales, who we just played against, he kicked our butts in the last episode. So Predictor has us, it's actually not really favouring us at this point. 265 is the score. If we can push 300, that would be awesome, but we'll obviously see how it goes. Rocky Flintoff, going up against his former team, has been really, really good in the One Day Cup so far, averaging 64 in his one-day career with us so far. That first class average, just a touch under 45, is good. Follett has been pretty awful in the One Day Cup, averaging 20. He's got his first career duck to his name as well. Just something to keep an eye on. He's only had 150 in the 8 innings, so hopefully we can get something out of him today. Davies is obviously a very good player. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but he's currently averaging 49 in one-day cricket and 54 in T20 cricket. Obviously, that's only from 2 innings, but still very good. And Higgins, as we know, is a master of limited overs cricket. So we'll obviously need to see how that plays out as well. Fingers crossed we can do something today, because I really want to win this competition. I fear it's going to be another season where we dominate the group stage and then fall short once again. Follett fell very early. 8 runs off of 12 balls, just not good enough. Flintoff and Davies both top scored with 36, and then we just couldn't build any partnerships. All out for 164 after 30 overs. Ugh, this is so annoying. Glamorgan against Durham, 347. That would have been a total that I would have loved. Very jealous of that, but we now have to defend 165 at just over 3 and over. The predictor has us basically no chance of winning this. This is not the way I wanted to start the episode. Neil Wagner is going to open the bowling for us. Hopefully we can get a wicket in the first over. We get hit for 6, which is not great. Literally couldn't have gone worse. We got absolutely smoked. They win very comfortably by 9 wickets. And Durham beat... Oh, they chased it down. Oh my lord. I cannot believe they chased it down with plenty of time to spare as well. Kane Williamson with 100. 110 actually. They were 2 for 18. That is an incredible run chase. What a result for Durham. So we're going to have a Durham-Lancashire final in the One Day Cup. Actually, no, this is the quarterfinals, not the semi-final. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. It's actually going to be a Lancashire-Nottinghamshire semi-final, then Middlesex up against Durham. So there's only the 4 teams left. We now have the final of the 100, but who are we going to be playing against is the only thing. We're going to be playing against the London Spirit, which they finished second, I believe. So if you think about it, it's the second, what's the worst of the outcomes? The best outcome would have been playing against third place. London Spirit, they chased down 174 against the Welsh Fire. So that is a very good result for them. Blake Moore, I keep forgetting about this guy. He's got a very good T20 record, averaging just over 30, but domestically in first class cricket, 83.4 is his average. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to change the pitch to a batsman's wicket. I just want it to be... Oh, Pollard's unavailable for whatever reason. That is annoying. Is he injured? No, he's not injured. I don't know why he's unavailable. I suppose we will bring in Smith, I guess, just for the extra batting. Hopefully he can get it done. Higgins is going to bat at 4. Everything else looks basically the same. I'm nervous because we obviously want to win this competition. Last season we finished, I think, in last place. But we've blown the One Day Cup. We've blown the Vitality Blast. We really don't want to blow the 100 as well and finish the season without a trophy, because I don't think we're going to win the county championship either. But if we're going to win one, this is the one we're going to want to win. So let's go. We'll call heads. It's a home game. We've lost the toss and we're going to be bowling first. This literally couldn't have gone any worse. 8 for 157 is not an unattainable total to chase down. Tommy Benton was their top scorer with 49, couldn't quite get the 50. We had some really good bowling performances. Farhan Ahmed, by far the best, 3 for 21. Big Boy Paul, 2 for 28. But then we had Bannister, who was going at 11.25 runs and over, finished with 1 for 45. Not the best way to finish the season for him in the 100, but as I said, 157 is definitely chaseable. On a pretty flat wicket, I'm pretty confident that we can get it done. The predictor still, actually, we're back in the swing of things in terms of being the favourite. 65% chance to chase this down. Joss Buttler, Will Smeed. I would like to get off to a fast start. Let's see how the first over goes. Hopefully we can get something done here. First ball, Buttler flicks it through the leg side, and that'll be the first boundary of the inning. Smeed also gets a boundary in the first over. Yes, he does. Actually, there's going to be more action here. Smeed's been hit on the pads, and there is the first wicket. Smeed goes. LBW absolutely plumb. That is unfortunate. We are here for the final over of the 100. 4 runs from 5 balls needed, 2 wickets in hand. We are going to watch every single ball. Let's play this over at Jamie Smith. Plays and misses at the first ball. Gleeson to Smith again. That's LBW. Finger goes up. Josh Tongue, it is all up to you now. 4 runs from 3 balls required. That's up in the air. Has it cleared the fielder in the deep? It has. It's gone for... No, it's not gone for 6. It's gone for 4. And we have won the 100 after finishing in last place last season by 1 wicket. We were 6 for 76. That became 7 for 138. It was awful. Gleason, is it Richard Gleason? Yeah, 37 years of age. 4 for 35. Awesome bowling performance. Higgins for us was really good. Phil Salt, another duck. Jamie Smith, really good towards the back end of the innings. Fulks top scored with 43, batting at 8. What a performance by us. Fulks gets player of the game. Absolutely outstanding. And with that, all that we have left to complete this season is the county championship. Looks like Lancashire will play Middlesex in the One Day Cup final. Higgins and Bannister have now been called up to play for England. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Unfortunately, South Africa win the first one-day international of 3. Bannister gets 2 for 51. Not too bad. Not his best one-day figures. That was 4 for 46. But still a very good result for him. I don't believe Higgins played. I can see Blakemore played. He got 11. No other newbies. I don't think Beresford. He might be a newbie. I assume he is. His record actually isn't all that good. I'm surprised he's been called up. But anyway. And Sri Lanka also played Zimbabwe in a T20. So that's the thing that happened. Anyway, now that we've looked at that, the county championship is here. We've got 4 games to go. Our first of which is against Hampshire. I believe it's an away game. And they are relegation bound. So you dare say we'd be the favourites for this one. Higgins and Bannister, unfortunately, aren't going to be able to play. So I don't actually know what I'm going to do here with the lineup. Do we keep Brownlow as sort of like a limited overs specialist at this point? I think, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a look at his contract situation. He's contracted for another 2 years. Minto's been really good in the first class stuff so far this season. We might give a debut to Martin because Langridge wasn't very good in the first game that he played. Yeah, he's not had a very good start to his career, even though he's only 19. We'll send Brownlow to the second 11. Wags can stay out for now. We'll bring Siddle in. Who's going to come in for Higgins is the only thing. Do we go Sykes? Or do we go Foyle? Let's go Sykes. I think that'll be the way to go. We'll bat Markham at 4 as a specialist, or not as a specialist batsman, but we'll get him to keep at 4. Willie can bat at 6. Sykes at... Oh, actually, no, let's just not mess with that too much. I'm happy with that. That looks fine to me. Conditions, very bowler friendly, very sunny, but the bounce and wear on the pitch is at an average level. So we'll obviously just need to see how that plays out. We're going to see how it goes. The toss we'll call tails. We've won the toss. It's going to get worse. This is probably the best it's going to be for batting, so let's make the most of it now. But yeah, the light's very good. The bounce and average wear. We'll do what we can with that, but weather-wise, in terms of rain and things like that, there's no sign of it coming. So the predictor has us scoring 240 odd. Hampshire, 79.5% chance of winning. I'm hopeful we can do a little bit better than that. I can't believe it's come to this. We were so close to another triple century this season. Ollie Davies, 296 all out. We batted out of our skin. And when I say we, I really mean 3 people batted out of their skin. All out for 542. We batted for 155 overs, which on this pitch is surprising. It's currently 23 minutes left in the second session of day 2. We were 4 for 114. Then I believe it was Sykes and Vasconcelos. Actually, no, that's not correct. It was Sykes and Davies that put on a bit of a partnership of worth just over 120 runs. And then a few more wickets fell just sort of in this sort of back end of the middle order. And then Minto, of all people, just absolutely incredible. Batted out of his skin. His batting form has been horrendous. But 66 off 173. Really, really good from our number 10. Put on 227 for the 10th wicket, or the 9th wicket, I should say. But Davies, 296 not out. off of 456 balls. 5 catchable shots, 6 played and missed. He's been in good nick. He's been awesome. That first class average has spiked to 57.70, but just an absolutely incredible innings. And we also have to check out, see how how our overseas players went when playing for England. Bannister, 3 for 35, really good figures to help out England. Bowl out South Africa for 219. As I said earlier, I don't believe Higgins has been playing in these games. No, he hasn't been. If we have a look, no, he has not. So it's just been Bannister at this point in time. But 3 for 35 from his 10 overs, really, really good. Actually, his bowling form is actually not that great right now, but he also got a duck, which was funny. But one-day average, 18 with the ball in one-day cricket for England. Domestically, his actually one-day average isn't actually all that good, but very, very good for England so far in his career. The predictor really likes us now that we've put on quite a large total. Hampshire's predictor score of 306. They've only got a sort of rounded up to an 11% chance of winning. The draw is at 28%. We're at 61.5. Martin's going to open the bowling for us, which is going to be interesting. Along with Minto, we'll have Siddle as first change. Armstrong's obviously there to bowl a bit of spin, but with this uneven turning wicket, I think we're a chance to win by an innings, assuming Hampshire don't bat for hours. Absolutely incredible bowling performance. I mean, the pitch is an absolute minefield at this point. All out for 127. Hampshire need 266 runs to avoid the follow-on. We are going to enforce that follow-on. Martin, unfortunately, on first-class debut, couldn't get any wickets in his 7 overs. Minto, 5 for 34. I believe that's his best first-class figures. Yes, it is. Gets that bowling average down under 30. Armstrong was really good, 3 for 43. 49 wickets for the year. Getting 50 wickets in your first-class season is really good. Hopefully he can get that in the second dig. And Peter Siddle just rolled the arm over for the 7 overs. Picked up 2 wickets. Was very good. As I said, we are going to enforce the follow-on. The third one-day international is here between England and South Africa. I believe South Africa are going to bat first. So we're going to keep our eyes on Bannister. We want to see how he goes. We're still in the lead by 415 runs. Martin again with the new ball with Minto. We're only at the start of day 3, so there's still plenty of time left in this game. But I'm feeling very comfortable about a positive result here. We win by an innings, but only just. An innings and 5 runs is the victory. They bat really well in the third innings, all out for 410. I thought we were going to bowl them out really quickly again, but they were 3 for 56 and 2 consecutive, actually not quite 2 consecutive 100-run partnerships, but a really good job by their middle order. James Vince, I should say, got 81. Tommy Banton ended up getting 100. Oh, we got a bit of thunder. That's interesting. Joe Weatherly got 50. Liam Dawson just fell short of a half century, but he was really good. And then their tail wagged a little bit as well. But it was actually Sykes who cleaned up the tail. I only just brought him on for this last little bit. He ended up with 4 for 22, so he probably took exception to the fact that we didn't bowl him earlier. Career best figures for him. Really, really good bowling performance. Armstrong toiled up really the other end. 2 for 137. On paper isn't great, but just in terms of our spinning option, he was there. Peter Siddle was really good. Minto wasn't too bad. He was really good with the second new ball. Martin, unfortunately, didn't pick up any wickets in his first-class debut. That is a shame for him. But if we have a look at the third one-day international between England and South Africa, I've already had a little bit of a peek at this, mainly because the game's been going on for so long. Bannister, 5 for 50 from his 8.3 overs. Career best international figures. His first one-day fifer. Very, very impressive work by him. And Higgins also played. Unfortunately, only got the 5 off 5. It wasn't very good. But it's another win for us. And I don't actually know where this puts us in the grand scheme of things in terms of the league table. And if you have a look at this, we're in the lead by 2 points, the top of the table. We've got a game in hand also, which is going to be handy. Obviously, 2 points isn't a massive lead, but it's a lead nonetheless, so we've got to keep an eye on that. We've got 3 games to go. Let's go through it in today's episode. We've now got Sussex at home. We've got 3 games to go, and we're hopeful that we can get the job done. They're just over a 4-star rated side. We're only the 2-star, which obviously we've got 2 of our international players away. Speaking of which, there has been a couple of T20s played. Higgins in the first one got a 41 not out, which was very nice. Bannister 3 for 31, also very good as England win by 4 wickets. And in the second, England win by 5 wickets. Bannister 2 for 20, so in some very good bowling form, at least at an international level. 5 wickets at 10.2 is very good. Obviously, it's a small sample size. How did Higgins go? It's another not out to his collection in T20 cricket, averaging now 57 for his career. Very, very good. Absolutely awesome. But anyway, to the task at hand. We've got Sussex at home. Let's go with a batting wicket. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's go with the fast bowler's wicket. I think that'll be the way to go. Follett and Flintoff, we'd like something more out of those two. I know that Flintoff has been pretty good. Follett hasn't scored a run in ages, and Flintoff has been pretty good in the one-day stuff. He's still in very good form. Davies was obviously exceptional in the last game. Markham is usually a number 6, but we're going to be batting him at 4, just because Higgins would normally be occupying that 4 spot. First couple of games is only averaging the 22. Hopefully we can change that up. He was very good in the one-day stuff. Baston and Salis is going to bat at 5. Sykes and Willie are going to stay. I think we just keep the 11 as is. It's not... Our squad isn't exactly very deep at this point, so we're just going to keep it as is for now. We're going to call heads on the toss. We win the toss. I think even though it is bouncing, we are going to bat first. I think that is the responsible thing to do. And we'll have a look at the predictors. Sussex, they're a 95% chance to win. Their team is very good compared to ours, so that is actually not that surprising. Predictor score of 245. Okay, but yeah, there's Tommy Haynes, Tom Clark, Pajara, James Coles. They've got a very good team. Ollie Robinson. This is going to be a toughie. All out for 357. I mean, that's above what we thought it was going to be. Minto's the final wicket. He goes for 29. Having a very good time with the bat in the last couple of innings, has to be said. Willie with 104 was... Actually, no, Markham also got 56. Was the only 2 batsmen to get past 50. But we had a lot of good little starts in the middle order. But only Markham and Willie went on to make, 50 plus. The opening pair wasn't very good. Davies only lasted 3 balls. And yeah, we were 5 for 145, and I thought we're going to get bowled out for less than 200. But then the partnership really developed between Sykes and Willie, which was great. Let's press on. England have the 3rd T20 up against South Africa, so got to keep an eye on that. But now we have to bowl very well. Martin, who we've kept in the team, hasn't taken a first-class wicket yet for his career. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as well. But I'm looking for wickets. Siddle, Minto, Armstrong. I mean, Sykes took 4 for in the... Actually, I was going to say it's the 4th innings. It was the 3rd innings in the last game. But we need to bowl well to get the job done. Their predicted score is 400. Bang on the money. There's still a 91.5% chance of winning this. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But I'll take a draw. I will take a draw. That should preserve us in first place. All out for 135. We bowled superbly. We had them 7 for 72, but a little partnership between Allsop and Robinson ticked them into the hundreds. Wickets from everybody. Everybody bowled really well. Martin gets his first 3 wickets. I mean, 3 for 30, that's his best career figures. Obviously, it's his first time taking wickets in first-class cricket. Minto was excellent again. Siddle was good. Willie bowled a couple of changeovers, and Armstrong, towards the back end of the innings, picked up 2 for 7. And would I like to enforce the follow-on? They're only 73 runs away from the follow-on, so I'm actually going to say no. I'm going to bat again. We're in the lead by 2-2-2. And if we have a look at the England-South Africa game, South Africa are 8 for 151 from their 20 overs. Stubbs with 72 not out, his highest score. Bannister 1 for 21, very economical. I'm assuming Higgins is playing. Yes, he is. So we're going to keep an eye on him as well to see how that plays out. But we've still got plenty of time left in this game. It's only day 2, session 2. There's 18 minutes to go in the session, so we'll calm things down for the start of the session. The predictor has us very favorably in the lead now. If we can get 188, then declare, I'd be more than happy with that. And then, yeah, they have to chase down 400 with a lot of time left in the game. We'll see how that goes. This is not a good situation to be in. All out for 135. I mean, we're in the lead by 357, which is great, but we were 2 for 74, and then just all the wickets fell. All the wickets fell. Curry was good but expensive. Carvelis, I don't actually know how to say his name, 5 for 35 from his 13 and a bit overs. Vasconcelos and Davies were good. Follett, I mean, was really good until he got out, but just, we lost so many wickets so quickly. It was absolutely ridiculous. The pitch is doing a little bit, so that is just something to keep an eye on. Really disappointing just in that innings. I wish we did a little bit better than that. I can see that England have beaten South Africa, 4 for 152, win by 6 wickets. Higgins finishes not out once again. So in his first 3 international innings in T20 cricket, finished not out in all of them. So has a very good average of 70. I dare say that will come down. I mean, they still have to chase down 357 or 358, I should say. Predictor, it's not good. 66.5% of the time they get it done. Predicted score at this stage is 330. We blew it. They win by 5 wickets. They chase it down 358 with an over to go in day 3. Martin was the best of the bowlers, which really isn't saying much. He got 255 from his 16.5 overs. Minto got a wicket. Siddle was the most economical, but Willie, Armstrong and Sykes just so expensive. We were awful with the ball. One of our worst bowling performances of the season, I just have to say it. Carvelis gets player of the game. No real surprise there. I don't want to look at the league table because I'm a little nervous, but we will have a look shortly. And with that loss, we drop down to second by a point. Oh, that's so annoying. We've got 2 games to go. Nottinghamshire, I don't know if we're going to catch them, is the only thing. If we play them, that would help. But I don't think we're going to. Higgins and Bannister are back, which is good. We take on the champions of last season, Warwickshire, who absolutely crushed the county championship last year. They scored about 250 points, where, I mean, they absolutely crushed it last season. We're on about 180 odd. Higgins and Bannister, we really need them to play well for us to be a chance of winning this one. And Coach and Figazio, Higgins apparently is gone. Bannister is also gone. Never mind what I said about Higgins and Bannister being back. They've now been selected to play for England again, which, I mean, does hurt, I will say. But Foyle's improved his batting technique and Davies has improved his boundary hitting to the limit, so that is something. We'll just put that as one-day accumulator for now. Do I make any changes? Yes, I will. Actually, Martin was pretty good in the last game, so we'll leave that as is. I just don't know what the change will be is the only thing, because we could go Sanderson, who hasn't actually been bowling that well in the second 11. Let's have a look at the second 11. Current year, Langridge has been really good. 53 wickets at 19. Sanderson, 30 wickets at 18 has been very good. Do we go Langridge? Do we risk it? Because we played him in a game earlier in the season. He was terrible. What's his second 11 career look like? 24 with the ball. Martin's 27. Sanderson's 22. We could do that. That might be something we do. We can swap Langridge in. But yeah, with the bat, there's no other changes we can do because Foyle isn't very good. Zabe has been reasonable with the bat. Hasn't been too bad, but I'd rather play Sykes for now. I'm going to promote Minto in the batting order to number 9. Armstrong can bat at 10. But apart from that, I think they're the only moves I'm going to make for now. Weather-wise, it's going to be fine this game. Bounce and wear on the pitch is good. So these should be ideal batting conditions. We call heads on the toss. We've won the toss. We're going to bat first once again. Predictor has Warwickshire 87% chance of winning this one. Our predicted innings 268. I would love 268. I mean, considering how we batted in the third innings of the last game, I would love 268. All out for 265. We started really well. We were 1 for 140, and then the wheels kind of fell off. Follett starting to turn the corner a little bit late in the season for him to be doing that. 77 off 78 was really, really good. We need more of that from him in the next couple of innings. Flintoff, 1 and out. Davies, another half century. 89, unfortunately, couldn't convert into 100. Markham was the next highest scorer, and then everybody else, not very good. Vasconcelos got another duck. That's his 4th duck this season. He has been awful. Actually, he had 4 ducks last year as well. He's king of the ducks. Markham, I would like to sign him next season, but I wish he was a little bit better with the bats. I mean, he's still 16 years of age. We're going to be fine, I think, with him. Minto, not out once again, so that is just going to improve the batting average even more. But 265 is a little bit lower than where I thought we would be. I think 278 was the aim, but we've now got to deal with a batting combination of Devon Conway, who, as we know, is very good, and Robert Yates, who is a very good one-day record, not so much in the first class level. Their predicted score is almost 400. They're a 90.5% chance to win now. I don't feel good. Warwickshire all out for 293 with a little help from the bowling of Chris Follett, of all people. 4 for 34. Really good. Career best figures for him. His bowling average is now down to 25, which is hilarious. Really, really good spell of bowling from him. Armstrong was also really good. We really relied on the spinners for this one. 3 for 123 for Armstrong. He was expensive early, but was getting wickets at the top of the order. And the new bowlers weren't actually all that good. Langridge wasn't too bad. He was actually pretty economical. But our fast bowlers weren't getting it done. Warwickshire lead now by 28 on the first innings. Bonus points are even, and that is critical. The predictor still has Warwickshire winning this one fairly comfortably. Our predicted score is 263. I mean, I would ideally like to get more than that because Warwickshire still have a lead, but we need to be patient. There's still plenty of time left in the game. You know, it's only it's the second day, session 2, 45 minutes left, so we still have plenty of time to get a decent score, so we don't need to rush. Northamptonshire all out for 339. We got a really, really good innings out of both Davies and Follett. Follett, 57 off 68. Davies, another 100, 151 off 188. He was exceptional. I don't think it's taken into consideration that the fact he's got dismissed, but his first class average is now above 60. Again, good starts in the middle order. The only real disappointment was Flintoff, who got a first ball duck. But we're in the lead by 300 plus. There's still a lot of time left. Over about a day and a half's play worth. A day and a half's play worth of time left. That's what I'm trying to say. Jamie Porter, back-to-back 5-wicket hauls, 10-wicket match for him. I mean, it could go either way at this point. It really could go either way. I'm very curious to see how we go. Obviously, they need to chase down 312. If we lose this game, it may come down to the final game of the season to secure victory, but it all remains to be seen. The predictor has Warwickshire scoring 300 runs. The win prediction is 80% Warwickshire, 20% us. The pitch is pretty good, I have to say. Langridge is going to open up with the new ball. Still not a great first class record, but is getting better as we've seen in the second 11. But we need early wickets to get this job done, as I really don't want to rely on the last game of the season to win the county championship, although if we do win, it is probably premature. Warwickshire chase it down. They were far too good. The first wicket was over 200 runs, and then Willie got the second wicket very quickly. Willie actually finished with all 3 wickets. Harry Armstrong, not a great performance from you, good sir. I forgot to mention that he got over 50 wickets for the season earlier. I didn't actually remember to highlight that. But yeah, really poor bowling performance, unfortunately, for us. And despite the loss, Ollie Davies gets player of the game, which is a little bit surprising. There's a few other results here which we need to go over, but I can just see at the bottom of the screen, England have beaten the West Indies in their first T20 of that series. And if we have a look at the squad, we can see Higgins has finally been dismissed at T20 level. Internationally, he got 11, I think it was. Still averaging 81, which is quite funny. Bannister, how did you bowl? 1 for 22 off 4 overs is pretty good. Has to be said. Gus Atkinson with 5 for 19 was exceptional. But yeah, big loss for us in terms of, I mean, not in terms of the margin, but just contextually quite a big loss. And that loss actually sees us drop all the way down to 5th, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, I just think it's a season too early for us to win the county championship. Unfortunately, that'll be a goal for next season. But I mean, if results go our way, I don't actually think we're going to have... I think we're out of contention now, unfortunately, going into the final game of the season. Chris Follett has improved his bowling technique, which is something. So that is something I've been working on him with, is his bowling. So I don't know how much it's actually affected his form. It actually hasn't affected his form whatsoever. But it is good to see that he is working on it. But we've got 3 days to go until our next game. And we can see that... Oh my God. Bannister, 4 for 22. West Indies all out for 89. England chases down with 5 wickets remaining. I was just looking for Higgins to see how he went, but he wasn't very good either. Got out for 9. I mean, he wasn't very good. Bannister was awesome. 4 for 22, as I said. Best career, actually not quite best career figures in T20 cricket. Best international figures in T20 cricket. But a very good result for him. Got to save that scorecard so we can do the end of season review. But an absolutely exceptional effort by him, has to be said. Martin's improved his ground fielding. Last game of the season, it's at home against Worcestershire. I don't think it really matters, so we might actually just play some people that aren't going to be playing for us next season. Sort of a farewell kind of series. Vasconcelos, is this your last game? It is going to be his last game. David Willey, I know, is contracted for next season, so we'll swap him out for Zabe, who can bat at 7. That's going to be fine. Willie can just go to the second 11. Sanderson, I believe, it's his final year, so we'll bring him in to play his final game for the club. Langridge can come out. That's fine. We'll give Siddle the new ball with Minto. And I think everybody else is still on the books for next season. So just a bit of a novelty game, this one. We'll leave it as a bowler's pitch for now. But yeah, very disappointing way to end the season. We'll call tails on the toss, I should say. We've won the toss again. I've just noticed that they've got a couple of players averaging really high averages. We will bowl first. We don't normally bowl first, but I want to have a look at Roderick. No, it's not Roderick. It is David Gray, who I think is a newbie, having a very good start to his career, averaging 81 in first-class cricket, and Nasanka averaging 61 in first-class cricket, which that seems high. But we've got our last game of the season. I might just go through this one very quickly, as I suppose the stakes are not that high at this point. Our season is over. We lose our final game by 154 runs. Worcestershire, just far too good. Vasconcelos in his final game for the club finishes 65 not out. Really just a not good performance, unfortunately, for us. Worcestershire batted first. 257. Minto, 5 for 73 was expensive. in his 18 overs. Armstrong picked up 2, Siddle picked up 2. There was also a run out in there, which was quite nice. Northamptonshire in our first dig got 241. Follett and Davies got another set of half centuries. We were 1 for 163 and then just collapsed again in that middle order. Then they batted again. Armstrong 4 for 95. Siddle 3 for 65 was very good. Both of those guys were on hat tricks at separate times, but neither of them unfortunately could convert. And then chasing about 300 odd, we collapsed 150 all out after being 6 for 49. That was really, really bad. Milligan gets player of the game. How did England go in their final T20? Bannister gets player of the game for his 5 for 26. Higgins, it appears, has been dropped, which is a shame for him. But our season finishes with a disappointing loss to Worcestershire. Where do we stand in the county championship? Looks like we finish in 5th. So just as we were before the start of this game, we finish basically mid-table, a respectable 5th. Lancashire and Hampshire are being relegated. Who's getting promoted? It'll be Middlesex and Yorkshire. So disappointing for us that we weren't able to finish in that top 3 where we were for majority of the season. The season will continue forward, and that marks the end of the season. So I'm going to save here. The next episode will be the end of season review / season awards / recruitment. So that is always my favorite part of the season, but I'm going to go no further today. We are done. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until then, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.